What's going on, guys? Evan and I are near the Chipola River in a place that is actually supposed to be closed at sunset, but we felt that checking out a cave in the dark would bring the magical vibes. You can already sense the area is vibrant. You can hear the cricket chorus greeting us stronger as we walk by. I just did too. This is the location. We found more than 20 footprints here in the mud. We've also casted an awesome print. This is Alamo Cave, where Native Americans actually took up arms, protecting themselves from both entrances. They found pottery and weapons during excavations.
Very slick.
Yes, it is. Well, there's a lot of cool little tables. And when my mom and I first came here, this whole area was actually underwater. So there's a spring down here. There's a blanket right there, so someone's been sleeping in this cave.
Where?
The gray blanket right there. I love seeing all that moisture.
Yeah.
There's a lot of snakes and frogs down here, of course. But there's a lot of cool things. There's like some scrapes in the wall, some carvings right here of some more modern time. Florida Trailblazer, he's a famous YouTuber, inspirational outdoorsman. He came here like 8 or 9 years ago. And it's been on my bucket list. There's a hanging piece of metal right there and another one right there where you could hang your lanterns. Donnie Miller from Standing Goats Rescue's been here. Tristan Smith from Hidden Relief. Cameron, he had a encounter with a leprechaun creature.
Here?
Not right here, but he actually, I interviewed him right in that corner about it. But yeah, it's definitely sacred. You can just feel the warmth in your chest that, you know, a lot of history here. But I could definitely spend the night here. You're out of the weather.
Yeah, dude. Definitely, man.
It's warm, it's cool. It's exactly what you need it to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of caves in this area. Whoa. Bats.
Whoa.
One went right by my
next to
head.
me,
Yeah.
We got bats.
That is awesome. What's up, guys?
Dude, we're in their environment now.
Yes, we are.
So cool.
We're about to see a lot more bats when we go to the nuke silos. There's thousands of them there.
Wow.
What's up, guys? We're here at the caverns and we see some feces. It's hairy. Looks like a small coyote. But you know what hunts them? The cabbage man, the skunk ape, the rod bender, and the stump jumper. But the coolest story I heard in this area was the Mariana Caveman from Donnie Miller, Standing Goats Rescue. It was a chilling story, but it's really cool and personal to me because right when I got to this area, I started researching all the encounters and local cryptids. And I heard about that, and I heard about the one-eyed creature down in Panama. And the guy was so good at telling the story, and I was so compelled and magnetized to it. And then fast forward, it's Donnie Miller, and I'm now good friends with him, and he actually helped me get this camera that I'm filming on right now, and we've done this cave little tour as well. But this is Tunnel Cave, which is one of my favorite spots in this whole region. It is perfect cover from the weather, the wind, and enemies. It is also a good location to ambush your prey if you're working together. Evan's filming over there. Occult 45. Make sure you guys check them out. You really have to get low to get through this part. Get low. Wow. What a masterpiece. Imagine how many of those are in the area. There have been a ton of EVPs, strange noises, and even shadow creatures captured on audio and film. That's like a perfect cross. Yeah, the 2-egg stump jumper, and 2-egg is the town name. Black walnut tree. Too bad it's
Cracked.
Yeah, it had some better days.
That thing got fucked up. That's hurricane damage.
Yup.
Hurricane Michael fucked this area up, man.
Yeah, category 5, killed more than 70 people, probably more than 1,000 indirectly.
2018.
Yup.
Wow.
October 11th.
Yeah, right, 1,000 indirectly for sure, right?
Yeah, because people still have tarp on their house, and you got to think how many people, their complications of health came from, you know, moisture in their attic, mold. Yeah, really cool rocks. It all looks like bones and skulls.
Yeah.
Like, look at these. Perfect circles. This is really strange. I don't know if that's fossils or like erosion.
Really cool.
The good old rock shelter from the Native Americans. It was an overhanging ledge. They had hunting, gathering, shellfish, mammals, birds, all found right underneath here.
Wow. They lived in this.
Yeah. Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah. Really fucking cool. Definitely a good shelter for a windy day like this.
Right. Wow.
It's like 45 degrees here in the panhandle of Florida on a Saturday morning early. It's nice. Feels good, brisk.
This will keep you warm underneath though. You would, I barely feel it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Have a little fire here.
exactly.
You know? Fucking roast your fucking squirrels on your fire and fucking chill.
No worries about predators because you can see them coming.
And nothing can fall on you. Look at the ceiling, man.
So cool. Now this is a really cool area. I kind of looked like hair at first. Talk about an awesome spot.
Sasquatch hair.
That's what I was seeing at first. Some kind of twine. This is a little perfect protected area too. Wow. Wow. Even just look how high up we are right now, and there's definitely an overhang right down there too. So much potential underneath our feet. That'd be a good time to see a skunk ape, like kind of being lazy, not thinking we're gonna be around here. Huh, one of the entrances to one of the forbidden caves. Holy cow. Woo! Dude, it's so hot. You could feel the heat coming out.
Really?
That is crazy. You feel it?
Yeah.
That's wild. That just dropped down. But I read the terrain right. I told you. I knew there had to be something under here because it's just a huge drop off.
So they stay that temperature out here. Whoa, check that out. You saw that?
Dang, that looks crazy.
Mandarin oranges on the side of this log.
Yeah. I'm sure that's delicious though for the cabbage man. He's just walking, just slides it up.
Yep.
Swoosh.
That's his toothpaste. Right?
Exactly. Plants and limestone. The unique relationship. The holes of the limestone are perfect for the roots of the plants to play with. There's an indentation, but it does look like a boot.
The hunt for the rod bender continues.
We gotta look for some, the shortcut trail. We'll make it back. The floodplain trail. There is so much to explore back here.
Yeah, there is.
Tons of crevasses and sinkholes.
Deep caves.
Yeah, into the abyss, into the aquifer.
Right.
And they talked about Middle Earth and the aquifer on Godzilla and King Kong, and they say that Pensacola is the apex. So this ain't too far from there, man.
Lord of the Rings was not just a movie, you know?
Exactly, exactly. It's more of a documentary.
Yep. It's all based on real events, guys.
Elves, trolls, dragons, gold, hobbit.
Smog the dragon, protecting the gold.
There's power to it.
Hey! This is actually good for my healing broken foot because it's therapy.
Yeah, it's naturally. 'Cause luckily all your other senses are out there, so it's not like you're focused on it. If you're at therapy, you'd be focused on just your foot.
Whoa, check that out.
Dang,
Jeez.
that's a crazy looking pricker bush.
You wouldn't want to step on that, bitch.
Yeah, looks like a Venus flytrap. It's like, would that swallow you? Look right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Ah, yeah, you wouldn't. It hurts. My grandpa used to say, cowboys versus Native Americans back in the day, the natives would get them on a cliffside and they'd either have to jump or they'd surrender. And then they'd slit their eyelids and then put them right on a fire ant hill. Yeah, I always stuck with me. Now I'm like, I would just jump. We're entering the cave museum right now. They got a ton of cool information in here. Stalagmites and stalactites. Some of the old fossils they found. Fossilized coral. There's a bunch of different type of bats in the cave. But right here is my favorite. The shelter cave. We found that today.
Yep.
Right here. All this pottery and these huge blades have been found right here.
That's how they'd cut their meat right there.
Exactly. And this is how they cut their wood. All the grinding stones. My grandparents have a few of those.
Yeah, that's how they cut the wood.
Fish hatchery. That's cool. Canebrake water snake, or rattlesnake. I mean, that's a timber rattlesnake. Water moccasin, southern copperhead.
All around here.
Coral snake, of course.
Although most of the initial development came from power by language, the CCC did install the electricity cars.
Yeah, they used to have a golf course here too.
The light bulbs they used back in the early 40s weren't very bright, so to reflect the light, the workers would actually cement their dinner bowl behind the light fixture.
Cricket, crayfish, salamander, bats, wood rat, slimy salamander. Look at this.
This is the cathedral room. The original
Oh yeah, that's where we were yesterday.
And there's the other waterfall.
The original explorers said it looks like an old European style cathedral
Yeah,
church.
we were right there.
You notice the
yesterday.
horizontal line that extends across these columns. That's indicative that this area too settled at one time, but it's been a long enough time since that happened that many of these columns have grown back together. Earlier, remember we mentioned the rimstone pools, and here we see one. Many different species of animals called cave here home.
I love this
There are
place.
basically three types of cave animals: troglodytes, troglophiles, and troglodytes. Troglodytes are animals
Yep.
in the UK for temporary shelter.
The movie
Troglophiles
Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell. They battle against troglodytes, and it's really crazy. The CCC began operations in Florida in 1933.
The spotted hammer cricket. The cave below it is flooded year-round. Contains the aquatic troglodytes, animals that live in the water.
Look at this, all the different nature. Terrestrial cave, aquatic cave, floodplain forest, alluvial stream, spring-around stream, floodplain swamp, upland mixed forest, upland hardwood forest, and a bluff. So awesome. Here's your representation of how many computers don't have reducing knowledge. So dope. Here we are. Well, that's actually part of mine. Just the saying right that it's not actually so. Many species actually. We are descending down into the abyss. We're gonna be looking for shadow creatures, small goblins, elves, and energy overload.
Do we have any light?
Yes, we have lots of here.
We got light.
Yeah.
I like a cool jacket.
Thank you.
I see Captain America and Hulk. The entrance room. Now, many years ago, Florida was under a vast warm shallow sea. Now, the skeletons from the animals mixed in with the seashells and the sand and grit at the bottom of the ocean was baked by the sun, and it created all this limestone. Oh, and look, we actually found a bat right there. Yeah, we did. Yeah, right there.
I saw a couple of those yesterday.
Everybody's saying right there.
Right there.
Oh,
Hopefully catch some eye shine or maybe a strange shadow crossing through.
yeah.
So water is our main architect, because in the water all these minerals, and that's what makes all of our shapes and formations grow. Now right now we are about 40 feet below the surface, and down here is the basement, which goes another 40 feet. Now it happens pretty rarely, but when it does, the water from the aquifer comes all the way up here and it can go to the doorsteps. And it takes about a month to naturally unflood. Now today our exit room is flooded, so we're going to go to the side door. So that means when we get to Thomas' torch, we got to turn around and go backwards through the cave and go through our side door. Because so you get a little see it, yeah. Oh. So you'll get to see it backwards too. That's extra treat. So this right here is our first little tough spot, and kind of the only one. But everybody calls this the tuck and squeeze. So as you walk through it, take your time with your steps, and there will be a tiny little dip, like a little hole in the middle, so watch out for that. And our shoes may be a little slippery, so if you need to, use the handrail because there will be a little hill.
It's slowly. It's right. It's on the date. It's on the date.
I think the fact that you're learning things
maybe
is helping a lot.
I figured the education. Yeah, the education.
The education.
Just a
little bit.
That's all how big it is?
Tell them that's where we were yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
Keep your eye out for eye shine and like the weirdest holes, you know?
yeah.
Room, and this side up here is our wedding cake. Now in this room we actually do have 2 to 3 weddings a year. Now this over here is our pipe organ, and can anybody guess what kind of music it plays? Hard rock. Now these up here we like to point out because they are the first steps you can see in our formations, and they call these soda straws. So as the water transcends down in a circular fashion, it creates a tube, and at some point a little droplet will sit at the bottom and it will harden. And when that happens, it stops to fall on the inside and first to go on the outside. And so they grow bigger and wider like these. Now these are crossed like tights with a sleeper ceiling, and the water that drops from them create our stalagmites with a G for ground. And over time they will meet and form our columns. And scientists say all of this grows 1 cubic square inch every 100 years. And then these over here have many names. People call them either bat wings, elephant ears, blankets, or draperies. But our favorite is cave bacon. And that's because if you do shine your light up close to it, on the other side, it has the same color and powder as bacon.
I like it.
Now, the scientists say that these formations are actually as fragile as glass, but you'll think otherwise when you hit your head on one. I've done that. Any questions? Alright, so we got these steps right here. In this hallway, there may be some water puddles, so watch out for those. Okay?
Yeah, it does. How it stays wet, you know, like right there. It's like a jellyfish. If you take the back of your flashlight and you run it on the bacon, it makes some really cool noise. Be a cool place to get married with the wedding cake. Look at that. That definitely goes back. Hope we squeeze through there too.
Which way do we go?
It used to be for the lights. Used to be? Yeah, it used to be. They don't work anymore. We just have like a main switch now. They used to have like they have one of these in every room, but you know, main switch and all can go off, all can go on.
See that plate up there?
Alright, so this here is called the Donald Duck frame, and that's because of our duck formation right here.
Oh my god, that is
Now, for more educational purposes, we do like to call it the fracture room, and that's because of our fracture column. That's right over here. Now, that happened because of the aquifer that's below us. So whenever the water levels rise and go down, it does make the floor shift ever so slightly, causing them to break in half. But sometimes they do go back together. Now in here is what I talk about the colors that you see. Now a lot of the colors are our main minerals. So out of these three, the first one here is calcite, which is the white. And then we have this murky brown color called manganese. And then we have this rusty color called iron. Now, if you see some of that calcite that's sparkly, that's crystallized calcite, is much older, and manganese is actually what helps give amethyst its purple color. Now, our floor right here, technically it is natural, except for the pattern itself. Now, the pattern was done by the CCC men by a matte imprint to make traction for our shoes. But of course, over the years, it has smoothed out because tours have been going out since 1942, and we do get an average of 50,000 people a year. Whoa. So we call it our brain. Does everyone still feel comfortable being inside the cave?
Yeah. As long as you can get us out.
I was gonna say as long as it ain't dark, but
yeah. So right over there is actually our side door, and once we're done with the tour, that's when we'll be coming back in out there. Okay. So as we go up this little hill here, on the left side there will be a rock jutting out, so watch out your head for that. And there's going to be a little archway, and there's going to be a little puddle right for that.
The old lights. Now they just have a master system. Never know where the gremlins will be hiding. Do you know about the shadow creature that was filmed down here?
Shadow creature?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
It was with one of the Spanish bilingual guides, and a shadow creature got filmed down here. And it's really cool. I actually talked to the guy. He was some kind of protector of animals, of all those nearly extinct creatures that are hidden in the other caverns.
Huh. That's the first I've heard of that.
The crayfish.
The crayfish man.
There's South America. So dope. There's usually a lot of bats flying around in here.
since you're already up there, you can go ahead and look at that limestone pool. Right there.
It's in the shape of South America.
So wild. That pool.
Acid that does form, and it's called carbonic acid. And it forms whenever the water goes to the soil and collects carbon dioxide and the 3 minerals, and reaches inside this cave, and then about between a week or 6 weeks, it turns into that. And that carbonic acid does things like this to the floor. It makes little rips and holes. Now what's really cool is the carbonic acid in here can't hurt us, but you know drinks like Coca-Cola, they have carbonic acid, but the carbonic acid they add in there is actually 150 times greater than the acid in this cave. Okay. So that's why you can, like, you know, clean pennies or clean toilets if you just pour Coca-Cola down there. Now in this room is something really cool that we get to try only in here, and that's when we turn the lights for a couple of seconds. So y'all ready?
Yep.
True darkness.
Alright, here goes this light. And now this one.
Can't even see your hand in front of your face.
And of course, this is only one of the places in the world, like inside a cave, underneath the ground, where you can see complete darkness. That is, unless you're 6 feet on the ground.
Thank you for turning that on the light. Oh, then we
On the last tour of the day, he let us do it like 3 days. Like, it gets crazy.
Okay.
It's
So
like
does anyone have any other sort of questions or any thoughts they want to be answered? Or?
Are we gonna see some shark teeth as well?
Shark teeth?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe in this room there is one.
Yes.
Where's the South America sheep?
That's right up there. It'll have water inside of it.
Why do
looks like
wetlands are filling?
I believe it is. Yep, right there. That's where the shark tooth is.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Wow.
Now, I don't know the species, but it is not a megalodon tooth. But around this area and at the park itself, they have found megalodon.
That's awesome. Homie came out of here.
This is where I go.
Yeah.
So that back there is called Frankenstein's Den, but they also call it the Dragon's Cave.
Wow, I gotta go there.
A long time ago. I've never seen it filled up. It's only about here.
Everybody,
What part?
make a line.
They are making
About the tunnel or this ring? Okay, so that tunnel was man-made because the forest cave was disconnected from that. And then these right here these are some more brimstone pools. So I've never seen this in water. There's some places where the water has come through, it's closed up and they stop the water. This one is just flows through all the way, not these in there. Now that over there always has water inside. So this right here is called the waterfall room. And this big rock right here is called a flow stone. And we have called this flow stone Jabba the Hutt. And there's 4 limestone pools, and the simple explanation we use
This is Frankenstein's den in the Dragon's Cave.
over and over again, and you know, wash a bathtub. Well, of course, every time you work this thing around, well, every time the water goes, at least the same shape is in there. And they keep going up on each other and they keep creating walls.
I'm gonna climb on down there next time. On a flashlight tour.
If the water stays in long enough, it will even start to enclose from the sides and it will close it up.
Yo, who got signal down here?
Now, because of the limestone, the water does go through a filtration process. The water in here is as clean as the water that you drink.
Wow. Other than maybe being carbonic acid.
Yeah, that part in here doesn't really hurt us though. Except in other cases where they have like lots of manganese, they do warn you not to drink it even if it's dripping because you're, you know, have to go to the bathroom really quick. So while you're in here looking around, there are a lot of seashells up in the ceiling.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, you've been looking at the roof.
Trying to find that. Amazing.
I am the night.
The Goblin Cave, man.
Yeah, right.
It's just.
It just looks so like
Oh wow. That shit down here, look at that.
Yeah.
Watch your hand, watch your hand.
I had to take off my beanie because I was like, I can see I know where my head is, but my beanie added the extra little.
Luke, you have to wait till everybody gets here before you can ask a question.
Look, come here.
Luke, you go to mom.
Alright, so this right here is called our discovery room, and it was the first part of the cave that was found. Now, this was found by Oliver Shellifoe back in March of 1937, and he came in here through that tunnel. Now, during this time was the Great Depression, and President Franklin Roosevelt made a program called the CCC, which was the Civilian Conservation Corps. And those were groups of men who went all the U.S. and they made bridges and national and state parks. And also during that time, they only earned $1 a day or $30 a month. And $5 they would keep and send the other $25 out to their families. Now, since what they have back then, these are for kerosene or carbide lanterns, kind of like that one or that blue one back there. Since those weren't still as bright as our flashlights today in the pitch black darkness, one of the guys had an idea to use these china bowls, which they ate out of, and they put them up in the ceiling and packed it in with clay, and they hung their lantern right beside it, and it actually did illuminate a little bit more of the light to make it brighter. And you can pretty much find all of these bowls wherever you see these lights at. Now what's really cool is this is the same wiring from that time, but of course these new are LED light fixtures. Now it did cost them about $6,000 to do this, so today that'd be about probably $50,000. For the China one? For the light, do the lights.
What's it doing there? It's a good boy.
So this right here is what they also use as a lifeline while they explored this new cave to people get lost. And what they did is they had ropes tied to the racing around it here. But kids also call it a dinosaur egg or a soccer ball. And we call it the Walk of Many Names. And that's because people did trip over it a lot and they ended up hitting the face or head right here. Now, the National Park Service did have an idea to make this more grandeur. Like they want to put in cabins and even in an Olympic-sized pool. But of course, let it fall through. We have what we have.
It's still awesome.
So as we make our way down here, do take your time with your steps because it is very slippery.
So the white, is that calcium?
The white is calcium.
Tie a rope to that and pitch black and good luck, you know?
We're not carrying any more forest.
Nice slope.
Looks like definitely some labyrinths up there too.
Wow.
That looks like the kingdom.
Yeah. That's crazy.
See, everybody that's here doing this tour, they'd somewhat enjoy all the stuff we've been doing the past, 24 hours.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alright guys, we got a turban coming through, so just go to the left or the right side, please.
Gotta get out of the way.
And then we also have the cave crawfish and crayfish, which lives in the aquifer below us. Now, sometimes when one of the rings flood, which is the catacombs, and if you so go down in there, you can see the crawfish in the water. And they do get as big as your thumb. So, as I promised earlier, right up here we do have our sacrificial touching post.
Yeah. You feeling it?
Awesome in here.
It's crazy. It's a spiritual experience, huh?
Really cool.
For real. It gives your mind more to work with for the next experiment.
Yeah.
There's labyrinths back there too. I love the colors too. They make it really cool, nice. With that.
Oh, just hanging with the leg down there. Oh, okay.
Looks like gold.
Wendy, you want to take a picture? Get this one.
Sorry. I'm standing here to take a picture of the sacrificial.
Oh.
You can touch this, buddy. This is the one thing you're allowed to touch.
Stand so I can see you.
Hand over hand.
The light help?
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
No worries.
Hi.
Feels like a wet rock.
The touching post. Pretty cool. It's been touched by a lot of people. It knows a lot of things.
Because right now it is still hibernation season. So this guy has actually been in the same spot for a month now.
Oh. I was about to ask, how'd you spot him so easily?
I'm always looking. Because I like looking.
Some cool shells. That's crazy. Hibernating.
That one's the chocolate bat. Chocolate.
Oh.
Like the three colors.
Okay, guys. After you've seen it move, so other people can look. And you can't see it from this angle. There's a hole right there.
Oh, watch it. Luke, back up. Let other people
Go back there. I will be right there.
Come here, buddy.
I want to see.
Tiny.
Upside
Fuzzy.
down
Little fuzzy.
Yeah. Little fuzzy guy.
But could still eat 500 bugs a night.
Oh, yeah.
100,000 pounds.
Everybody clear? Everybody good? Alright. So this down here is called our catacombs. And this was mapped out and explored by a young group of boys called the Gopher Gang. And that's because the original floor of the ceiling got as low as about 24 inches.
Oh!
Wow.
That is where most of their work was done. Because they had to dig all that out, and you'll be able to see that. So as we go down in there, there are some couple of water puddles in the middle. And that right there on the ceiling, it does dip down pretty low, so watch your head as you get out the steps.
You need to be with mommy, Alex.
While you're in the catacombs, watch your head.
Yeah.
So the CCTV is rather like dig up something to get
Yeah. This is what they made for you to walk through it. So this was one part where you kind of had to crawl on your stomach. So like all this here is what they dug out, just like a walking.
So they dig the floor, but they didn't like touch the floor?
They try not to. From reading, they try to keep this down to a tip. And that includes all this like tight fucking, not So while you're in here in the catacombs, watch your head, please. So if you look all around you, all this stuff is actually really wet clay.
Oh, yeah. No, right.
Here.
So all this clay here that you see, the Native Americans love to come in here and get this to make the party out of. But they never lived in here because of their beliefs, thought it was taboo, because you know, being in a dark place underneath the ground. But they did come in here for a shift during storms. Now as you can see, they dug out about 4 feet of rock. So as we walk through our catacombs to our next spot, do watch your head.
Luke. Sorry.
I got that one to make you take a cake though. You can go this way.
Go ahead.
There you go.
That he got why it do why it go to be little. I didn't go with that. I don't need to do anything. I didn't go with that. I didn't go with that. I didn't go with that.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
The overhang.
Crazy back here, man.
It is. Right. I'd have it all mapped out, have my own little rooms.
Keep a light.
Yeah, torches and stuff. Yep.
The funny thing is, it's warmer here than on the surface.
Yeah. And you know, and another funny thing is, even when you're really deep, like in the industry, it's warmer than when you get up close to the surface. It's cooler here now than it would be. Usually, you know, when it's really deep on the ground, it should be like cooler.
elephant's head.
And I guess you know over there's the elephant's head.
Leo. Leo.
Let's go. Look.
A little bit about it. We call it the round bend simply because you can walk all the way around it. And then right in the middle is a whole bunch of rock and stalagmites we call breakdown because that fell from the ceiling from all the water rushing inside the cave. And because of the water rushing, it did create these whirlpools that carved into the ceiling and made these holes that we call solution domes. So think of like a cone shape going up and up and up like that. Now, if the hole above ground does hit one of these from below and they connect, it'll open up, and that's how sinkholes happen.
Very interesting.
So this right here is what everyone calls tall man's torture and short man's revenge. So this is a spot. This right here is voluntary because our exit room is closed off, so we can't go through that way, and you have to come back. So if you want to go through here, it's voluntary. But and if you do go, just watch out for that big puddle on your right side, okay? Once you reach that small ring, after you get out, just come back around.
Can I tell you that thing?
Right.
Speaking of
Sure gonna go. Babe, I'm gonna go. Bye.
know that you do be underwater. Look. Yeah.
So hard.
Make it hole. Make it hole.
Just watch your head.
It's okay.
I don't know. Are you okay?
I'm not going
I
that
found a
way.
cricket. I found a cricket.
Is it big?
You leave it alone.
That thing is huge.
Oh, I see.
My finger.
I don't see what you're seeing, bro.
Bro, right where my finger is.
The shadow? Oh, I see. I think that's a spinner, man.
It's right there.
His legs are too big.
No.
Maybe there's a cricket.
Keep going a little bit. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Good eye, bro.
Where?
You want to check it out? You check it out.
Oh my god, how did you see that?
I've been looking at the roof forever.
I know, I've seen you.
Oh, it's moving, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man, I think it's huge.
What is that?
Cave cricket.
Oh, it's run away?
See it? It's it? Right up there.
It's to be like
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's like a cave.
take a picture.
Oh, here I got it.
Oh, but yeah, I cannot pull camera.
Yeah, it's like an impossible angle.
Yeah.
See his legs.
But it's okay, just pick it. Hey, if it will be like that.
Tall man's torture, short man's revenge.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I'm keeping my eye out, man. Ceiling.
I know, you're really cute.
I like this thing too. I think they call it chandelier. There's another bowl up here. Oh yeah. That looks like a phallic instrument. Oh, something could definitely climb up under there.
Oh, yeah.
So this is, that's nice. Interesting. I can see big black spiders back here.
Where?
Oh yeah, I took a picture. You should have seen the legs. Oh, it wasn't a cricket. Yeah, it was a cricket. It was cricket? Dude, it was like that big.
Yeah, that's that. Eric's got boots.
Leather boots. Leather boots.
I don't.
I love how people get like braver the more the tour goes too, you know, you just start like kind of finding your own vibe.
People up there and shit.
Yeah.
So cool.
Everyone ready?
Yeah, there's only a few people right there.
Got one.
Wow.
Watch your head as you come through with time to slip.
It's turning blue up there.
I'm gonna leave.
We been?
We sent the little things already.
Whoa.
I can imagine getting your big lost in here.
Oh, there you go. I was looking.
So you want to keep this going, which like you already went through this?
Truly freaking amazing. It's awesome.
Real adventure outweighs the fear. I knew it. That'd take over.
You had big fear though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. Nice. I'm proud of you. You did it.
Well, we ain't out of the hole yet.
Oh.
We ain't out of the hole. But so far so good.
Yeah, some people can't go in caves at all, you know?
That was this guy right here.
Wow. Props to him for getting here then.
First cave.
Wow.
That is so amazing.
Yeah. These straws filter for you. They do come with a little bit of acid.
I just love how like you can see the water droplets. That's
And
all
it's like
water
little
droplets.
crystals, yeah.
It kind of like lights it up. I mean, pretty flashlight. There's a couple crickets. Pretty cool crickets.
Make sure to tell them about Cobra Gator and Sharkensaw Woman's Prison Massacre being filmed here. The two best sci-fi movies ever filmed in Florida.
What were the name of the movies?
Sharkensaw Woman's Prison Massacre and Cobra Gator.
That first one, oh my god.
That's what we're watching today.
Yeah, both their climaxes take place down here in the caverns.
Oh, we got someone make mental note of that.
I can tell you about the sun.
You guys should definitely check out Bellamy Bridge if you get a chance too. The most.
Want to.
Where's that at?
It's only like 15 minutes. No, it's like
from here?
8 minutes from here. Yeah, it's so
Still
close.
in the park?
No, it's like a little outside, but it's
Okay.
GPS-able. Just type in Bellamy Bridge.
All right, we will definitely do that. Right
We were there last night and had some weird activity happen, and we had like a ghost box going. Yeah, Bellamy Bridge.
Bellamy Bridge.
Yep.
You're allowed to come and go at night.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're like legally allowed, but.
Yeah.
Getting hotter and then we're gonna go outside over
I don't know. All I was just a random size of eerie. That's right.
Oh, my hair.
What's your biggest fear?
Not tonight, because it's been really cool.
Leaving my friends behind.
Leave us behind, it's fine.
Leave us behind, it's
You
fine.
don't leave your life. We'll go find Eric.
It's okay, guys. This will be our new home. Sounds like the wildest of hogs in my life. Sounds like a wild hog. There's Goofy.
If you do come down this way, just watch how it's coming away.
Yeah, I'll go all around.
Do what?
That's not our tour.
That's not our tour guide.
Yeah, these are tour.
Eric, I'm out. Just over here. I'm out. Yeah, this is the exit. This is where we came from.
Yeah, you're getting your bonus money.
Yeah, but that looks interesting. That looks really spooky. It's a good idea to get that.
Spiral thing right up there, that is a chamber nautilus. I lost it.
It's right down.
Oh,
I see it.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
In there. See it? Oh, yeah. Ah, it's wicked. Inside the little cross, there's designs on it. It's chamber knowledge.
What is that?
It's a chamber nautilus. That's one of our fossils in here.
Oh.
Well, it was like a squid in a spiral shell.
Oh.
It's like one of the only shell.
Is it called a xenomorph?
The xenomorph? Nice.
If y'all want to see it in the back, walk up a little bit closer. This should be serene.
Wow. That's cool. That's clear now.
Did it? You see it?
It'll go back
Right there.
Dang.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
We only have 2 of these.
So what is that?
It's called a chamber nautilus.
You're making me very nervous. Oh, I don't see what. So if she's pointing, you see the spirals happen? That's what she's definitely
Go. And then in town of Marietta, there was a huge cave that they closed off because it ran underneath the courthouse and the bank.
Why'd they close that one off?
And then outside, it's on the park, but there's this huge limestone rock, and in there, as plain as day, there was a plesiosaurus skeleton. And they're going to try to make a trail to it to showcase it, but before they could get plans to make it happen, Hurricane Michael happened, and the map they had, they couldn't find it because the terrain changed. But maybe sometime in the future, they'll find it again.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So now it's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Discovery's out there. That's all.
But yeah, a really huge one, plain as day.
Maybe that's why they filmed Cobra Gator here, because that's a serpent-like creature.
I think they also filmed another movie around this area too.
Sharkensaw Woman's Prison Massacre.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Time to stream it.
It's awesome. A bunch of girls break out of prison and get eaten by a shark that can go on land.
Wow.
The mill pond, the caverns, and the Chipola River.
As long as there's no Mr. Ballin videos done here.
Hey, Mr. Ballin will come soon. He actually released a video this morning.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's my favorite.
Hey, you guys should check out Occult 45. Evan right there, he has a radio show. If you guys search Occult 45 on Spotify, Apple Music, even YouTube, anything.
I'll find it. Thank you.
And then mine is Bigfoot Anonymous. And I have tons of videos around here too. But this will be up there one day.
I didn't hear what she said, but I swear she said I'm back here.
What's up, guys? I'm with Evan from Occult 45 podcast here at the Bellamy Bridge. And we've been hearing a ton of splashing, weird cracking, and some medium knocks that sound like on the metal or just strange creaking. But we have the ganja lit. We're trying to get the vibe right out here. We're gonna start the Ghost Box app and see if we can pick anything up. But the lights are going out. Hopefully we'll get some answers.
Is anybody out here with us?
If Elizabeth is out here, can you please let us know? I know I've communicated with some other spirits out here. Feel free to reach through. That was a weird monkey noise.
That was a weird fucking noise.
Sometimes the white noise and the reverb really bring it out of the forest too, because they're not used to hearing all that. If anybody from the Bellamy family is out here, please let us know. Is there any soldiers out here? Was that the woman in white? If you have the power, maybe could you show us some orbs or foxfire?
Can you present yourself to us? Show us something or let us hear something?
I heard popping on the river right over there. If there's any creatures out here, can you make a noise? Is there any Native American spirits out here?
Can you make a noise in the forest?
I hear some whispers coming through. That was a weird noise right there. Is there any little people or elves out here? We are here in the name of the great creator. Who do you worship? Does Grisha mean anything to you?
I got this sound too. It just spits out words.
Perfect. We'll see if it starts to correlate.
Yeah.
I always did want to test that, like two different multiple ghost boxes.
Yeah. Like a moan.
Could you make a big splash in the river?
Or a knock on the tree.
Could you shake the bridge? Are you happy with us here?
Arm. I got arm.
Sounded like he said arm too. What was the creature that pushed down the tree when I was here?
Just got arm on there.
What caused the two moons?
What made him see those two moons that night? Sounded like Thoth.
Going back to Egyptian gods.
Yeah. After we were just talking about it.
It's weird how it seems like different parts of the forest kind of like light up. Like over there, it looks like there's light right now. And before it looked like over there. And actually, when we were walking into the cave earlier, I thought someone was down there with the light on because it was like lit up more than I thought.
Weird.
That's why I like looked down for a second. I was about to like call out, but I was like, you know what?
There was a blanket in there. Maybe he did.
Yeah, it's possible. Hopefully my camera just got it. I thought I saw a bright light go that way. It looked like a meteor. Like it was far out, but it could have been like an orb just like kind of playing with my eyes. That's pretty cool.
Probably laser him in.
Yeah, yeah, try to pull that out. We have this high-powered laser out here that will definitely bring the strange vibes. That'd be something if something just caught it, you know, like caught the laser and just stopped the beam.
Or like
you know?
manifested a body out of the light.
That'd be crazy. I love how it reflects off that water.
Yeah, really cool. Wow. Thing bad like a goat, bro.
Was that the goatman?
Frail.
Frail. I'm not sure what that means. That's interesting.
Yeah. You got frill on you.
I heard that echoing in the distance. Whoa. That kind of sounds like horses like galloping.
Fall.
Fall? I just heard like a whisper too. Bro.
You did fall before.
Yeah, I took 2 hard falls today. Say one of our names.
Can you give us a name?
What is your name? We heard that big splash.
Oh yes, we did. Bliss.
That sounded like something went into the water, came out, and splashed a little bit, like it was upsize.
I'll check it out.
Bliss.
No.
Is there any Spanish explorers out here? It's nice when your eyes get adjusted out here. You can see a lot more.
I mean, they're no Grisha eyes, but...
Yeah, those eyes are light up, man. I can't wait to share more of the Yeti footage, basically. I'd love to have an older brother like that, though, you know? Alex is lucky to have him. Sentence. Might have been death sentence.
Maybe. Are we sentenced to the prison of the devil monkey?
When you want us to stop, tell us to stop.
Sure.
Crazy how we didn't hear that on the way in.
No.
And that vibration.
Stork. What the fuck?
It's kind of got a Viking vibe to it.
Yeah.
Bjorn.
Yeah.
Ivar.
I just saw something dive down in there. Something just flew across there and dove down into there.
Whoa.
Yep. It was brighter than the backdrop.
Trap.
We don't want to trap any animals out here.
Nope.
We're about the bridge and building closer for awareness and understanding. We all come from the same energy.
Yes. We're part of this. Crazy. Can you give us a sound?
Knock. We had an awesome night here at the Bellamy Bridge. Heard a ton of strange sounds, a big splash right across the river, and it felt like it was struggling on the surface. And it was right after we asked for a sign. We got a lot of good history.
Oh yeah.
Evan's in all the hot spots here in the Panhandle.
Oh yeah, we're going to a bunch of cool ass spots. It's been a good trip so far.
We left a cannabis offering for the rest of the night, and we're gonna check out the EMF detector and see if we can pick up on any more strange vibes. But man, the mist and the sprinkles definitely already bring the forest alive.
Definitely adds a different vibration to the whole event.
1,000,000%. Things that could control the grid, the water, links it all.
They can glide quicker through the ether.
True that.
The cannabis offering.
Yes. And things got more active after it was sparked and the smell was flowing through.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool.
Let me see that again.
It's weird. I'll let you lead the way so the people can get lost in your backpack. Trip out, fam.
Yeah. The log bridge we took?
Yeah, there's the bridge right there to our right. But I think we might be able to get if we can stay dry over here, it will work too. The frog.
The frog man, that's what you mean.
Yes, the Loveland frog man. Police officer saw him and a young kid.
Really?
And he was like 4 feet tall, standing tall, and he had a lightning rod, like a stick, that lit up at the end. So he's some kind of magician.
So weird. A magician frog man lurking in the swamps.
Yeah.
And we're in his home.
All the way from Cincinnati to the Florida swamps, because Donnie Miller encountered one near Panama City. And again, the Chipola River goes all the way to the bay, so it wouldn't be very hard. Bull sharks have been seen in this Chipola River, so if the bull sharks can make it, the mermaids can, the serpents can, the crabs can.
Find that right there. Thought I saw something there. These fucking brown blobs trick your eyes.
Definitely. Like Gemma Jade said, you know, there's fairies that are 10 feet tall.
Right.
Gray and fuzzy. It would be an area that something would be lurking, because it knows we can't get very far over there.
Wow, what a good trip, man.
Heck yeah. I appreciate you coming out here, man.
Yeah, man, thanks for showing me around.
Yes, the least I could do. Like Stacy said, I'm a supernatural tour guide.
Yeah, I love it.
That was the first job I applied out here, was a tour guide of the caverns. It'd be a really cool job.
Wow. Yeah, you can tell everybody the history on the caves and the weird beings that might lurk.
Right, I would definitely
inside.
spice it up.
Yeah,
I have to let them know about the movies that are filmed there.
Right.
But there is a bunch of shark teeth that they find. It's really cool. I'm really hoping to see some eyes or something over there in the swamp kind of paralleling us.
silver circles glowing at us.
Yes. That looks like a little teepee.
Yeah.
It'd be really spooky if like a coven of witches just appeared out here, you know, ready to sacrifice.
Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Or the fucking, the forest where that like deer demon creature.
The ritual.
The ritual?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That's a Wendigo monster beast.
That
yeah.
thing was crazy.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I liked Antlers that just came out, and then Lamb, which one was about the Wendigo, and then the Goatman. Yeah. That made my heart skip a beat. Sounded huge.
Same here.
Sounded like machinery, but it wasn't.
Right. Yeah, that definitely made mine jump a little.
Yeah, that thing would smash us in 2 swamps. You might want to unstrap your blade, homie. I don't think it would do much against that. That sounded like it flipped the car upside down.
You know the movie Sasquatch, like where the airplane hits the one and then the one is like pissed?
Yeah.
That's the one I picture like seeing, and that one looks crazy as fuck.
Yeah, very large.
Yeah.
Eric uses a bunch of the Bigfoot and Sasquatch sci-fi clips. It's really funny in his Gypsy Road videos.
Definitely gotta be careful, because like we were saying with Stacy Brown last night on Occult 45, you know, these things look like gorillas. They're not quite gorillas, but they're a fucking 8-foot tall gorilla walking around out here.
With super intelligence.
Right, supernatural abilities.
Yup. Able to turn into shimmers and glimmers and camouflage.
Travel as a ball of light.
And then just pop out at the bottom of a tree base.
Frogs everywhere.
They definitely eating good out here.
Yep, plenty of little snacks like that, you know.
Yeah. Crayfish by the
This is a little
boatload.
snack buffet down here.
Right.
Frog Central, popping those like little crackers.
Slugs.
Slugs.
Even fish. They could just dam it off, you know, over there, certain sections, and boom, buffet. Huh.
That's a thermostat for a car.
Wow.
Yup. What the fuck? Wow.
That's random.
The hell's that doing out here?
But that just shows the eye, you know, out of all the things that aren't supposed to be in here, we found it.
We gotta go over that thing again, huh?
The waterway?
The slick bridge of death.
I hope we don't have to. We've gotten turned around back here for sure, though.
Uh-huh.
Like, when we were with Stacy coming back, we all got turned around. Like, we came back a different way.
Right.
There's multiple trails. Because there's one to the left and that one to the center. So,
Right.
there's someone to be paralleling us here.
Right.
Drifting us away from our car. In towards that direction of that freaking sonic boom.
Influencing our mind to go ways we didn't think.
Yup. Right, like your phone said. Trap.
Right.
That was kind of scary.
That was. It's the trap of the Bellamy Witch.
Yes.
The old hag entity that roams these woods.
Teamed up with the skunk ape.
Yep.
I'm sure there are little gremlins out here at Pukwudgie. Dobby like creatures.
Gremlins, ghouls, gargoyles, and goatmen.
Yup. The Coheely Creek goatman, he's up in Georgia, about 45 minutes from here. He was killed. A man was killed during a hate crime. And he hung him up in a tree, and he never found the body. And he turned into half man, half beast, and took out all the people that did him wrong. And we went there, me and Ronnie, and me and Tristan. And Tristan actually found a huge trackway of like goat-like prints in the woods. It was really crazy. And then my camera died, but I got 12 minutes of recording of it.
Wow.
But when we were out there, it's the southernmost covered bridge in America. And we definitely heard some strange sounds just coming from the bridge. So I feel like bridges are just supernatural sometimes. It's like spelling, like you said, spelling, writing in cursive. Like a bridge to go across somewhere is a bridge for ideas and thoughts and vibrations too, though.
Witches used to make their magic wands out of the holly tree, Hollywood.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
There's a footprint. It looks like it's from a boot.
Yeah.
What about earlier when we saw those sticks that spelled it?
Yeah, that was strange.
That was wild.
In the same font.
Yeah. That was cool. Ooh. Heard something over there.
Just saw a shadow shoot out earlier. Maybe that was you in the light.
Might have been, but I don't know. I don't think so.
A weird shadow blob.
It was right when I was thinking of the Garden of Eden for some reason. Just think, we were out there, bro, like a mile, and it was raining, and there was and there was no trail at all.
And you had no lights.
And yeah, this light ended up dying, like, you know, an hour and a half into it, and I had my cell phone.
That one's rechargeable?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, you plug it in.
Right.
It's awesome. It's my boss's. Thanks, Bobby.
It's really sweet. Whoa. Oh, that's Boot.
Yeah, Boot. Big Boot, but Boot.
Some of them are boots.
Not that barefoot one that we saw earlier today. I want to give a special shout out to Kate Flower. I won this awesome contest through AAP, American Armed Patriot, and won this sticker, and she made a bunch of custom ones for me. I've been tagging them all around town, passively spreading the word about Sasquatch. I literally have them at Sonny's, Burger King, Taco Bell. You'll see it tonight. It's funny. But Kate Flower, awesome work. If you guys are interested in cartoons or any kind of graphic design, stickers, she's very, very talented. AAP fan forever, spreading the word. Yo, hope you guys are having a magical day. It's about to get even crazier, promise that. I'm about to read a chapter from the Panhandle Pirates. It's going to be the Chattahoochee Landing Mounds, where Evan, Jack McClellan, and I ended our journey. What an amazing weekend. But this is a while back. Chattahoochee Landing Mounds, Gadsden County, Florida. For some odd reason, when you search for prehistoric panhandle structures, this gem is hard to find. Luckily, if you follow the sacred river, you run right into these sacred mounds. Not far from the colossal gators in Lake Seminole, there is one giant temple mound and 6 smaller structures in a semicircle around it. They align with the summer solstice and the winter equinox. The energy there lives forever. Energy is never created nor destroyed. There are many other cool points in the park and region that are worth checking out. Before we crossed the river, the ninja pulled off a dirt road to show me an uncharted spot. He said this place was known as Dead Man's Valley, and this is where people used to dump dead bodies back in the day. He said there's a good chance there are some undiscovered John Does in this very swamp. I made a video. We navigated the muddy roads. We pulled under the original Victory Bridge and kept an eye out for hobos and cool graffiti. Magical spot. We hopped back in the truck and made it to the landing. I admired the smaller mounds as we pulled in. We also passed an oven that the British troops dug out in the landscape. We parked the car and began to explore the riverbank. We were looking for dead fish, animal tracks, and cool fossils. We saw some crayfish and some bass jumping in the distance. This bank was famous for fallen ships. We found some cool wreckage. We cut up towards the forest and noticed a path that led up the walkway. The boardwalk was badly damaged. There were trees fallen and the bottom was beginning to rot out. It was a perfect place to risk it for the biscuit. The foot traffic in the past few months had been very low, so we might surprise something back there. There was a strong magnetism coming from the bush, basically whispering our name. Shinobi said the path was quite magical in its prime. We pushed forward and climbed over every obstacle in our way. The boards cracked on a couple different occasions, and I had to step quickly and lightly at the same time. It would have been a 10-foot fall into murky water full of jagged wood. I'd rather not be snake bait. I took a handful of photos and videos back there. I was sure that something had its eyes on us. We were making quite a bit of noise because the path was completely covered in leaves. Saber held his hand up ahead, and I stayed back about 40 feet behind him. He had his head on a swivel and signaled to move forward. He told me he heard something whiz past our head. Was it a large bug or something thrown at us? Or maybe a shot? We continued until the path totally collapsed. We climbed down and jumped to land. We followed the animal tracks in the mud, and after a notice, a maintenance road ahead. We hiked that until we noticed a deer blind ahead. We did not want to spook any hunters or get caught on trail cam, so we fell back. We got back on the walkway and started back toward the park. We heard some splashing in the water behind some trees, but never got a visual of the target. Could have been a large turtle, or maybe just some fish. Even Edward Bloom would have been a little alarmed, and he's friends with a giant. We made it back to the land, and we were pulled to the mound like a magnet. We circled the circle, soaking in the energy. I snapped a few photos using my old friend's wolf's tactic. The key to catching orbs is to look away from the camera screen when taking the picture. I don't think there were too many camera anomalies this time, but the vibes were definitely there. We marched through the field to the oven, and I was just amazed. We trekked up the primary temple mount. We sat on top and watched the river. I imagined the Scott massacre, but understood both sides to the story. More than 30 people lost their lives. This place will always have some tremors. I went further back and soaked in the solstice rituals the ancient people would practice. The moon was beaming, and I know that meteor showers and eclipses would bring this place to life. I'm sure the raven mockers could see us clearly and well from across the river. The water's sacred, littered with dead bodies, ancient fossils, and brackish fish. Sea serpents and cave eels are the rare killers. The common crook is the monster gators that patrol the deep waters along the dam. They say there are man-sized catfish down there too. Reminds me of the Ohio River. I'm sure they have the mantis man as well. We made our way down the pyramid and ran over to the Victory Bridge. This was once part of the intercoastal highway that went from St. Augustine all the way to San Diego. They tore down the original bridge and built a new one. The remnants of the original still stand and are blocked off by barbed wire fences. We climbed up to the fence and took some pictures. Too many freaking cars to hop the spikes that night. We took our time back to the car. We admired the oven and the mounds. I tried to sink back into the ancient frequencies before we left. The forest and the river spoke to me. So many people have traversed this jungle on a quest for more. If they were aiming for the Gulf, they would be there in no time. It wouldn't be too long till she blows. Landlubbers marooned. Just watch out for the banks. There's something haunted, forts, steep bluffs, and the eyes on you. The murky waters hold known reptiles and serpents, but the cracks are home to something much more sinister. Brackish water attracts the baddest monsters. The fossil of the saber-toothed tigers and rhinoceros attract rare vibrations. Sink in or get sunk. That's from The Panhandle Pirates, written by Connor Flint, an author that I know pretty well. And these guys sadly been doing their research on the same guy. Here's a cool print going up the bank. I didn't see any solid prints leading up to it. It's definitely pretty interesting. Very well could be a human, but this little valley ends up leading across the street to some big woods. Someone used it as a dump spot, sadly. Probably stirring the creatures up.
Okay, Connor, we found Bigfoot, his taxidermy head. They said this is actually a deer's butt. You can see the tail that runs down, and then they just put a face into it. It's pretty cool. A lot of these are compacts.